Hello, 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 you gorgeous human beings. It is me, Susie Ashworth, and this is day 18 of the 75 Hard Challenge. I've just got back from 2 days masterminding in Birmingham with my mentor and some glorious human beings. And in the car on the way back, I was just thinking about what a gift it is to put yourself in environments where you're able to really see your value as a human being. And I think that it is super, super common for us to not value ourselves, not see ourselves as the gift that we are, because we take our gifts and the things that make us unique and special and the things that we are exceedingly good at but come very easily to us, that feel effortless to us, we take those things for granted because they're easy. And in this room over the last 2 days, it was such a privilege to, one, be really poured into by the entire group, but also to really pour myself into every single person who had a hot seat, to really be able to share from a place of power and potency and knowing my own wisdom and be able to, really gift that freely. And it's interesting because I have been in this mastermind this time for 10 months, and a few years ago I was in it for 2 consecutive years. And there's something about this particular time where I was really able to tap into that awareness of I am a real gift in this space. And I'm not saying that from an arrogant place. In fact, this whole video is about reminding you that your unique talents, your unique footprint, the fact that there will literally never be another human being with your energetic frequency, with your DNA, with your fingerprint. It's about reminding you that that is really special. You are really, really special, and you have been really, really special since the moment that you were born. And I know that this goes against people like Alex Hormozy, who are like, this is all very fluffy and snowflakey, and actually, until you've broken a Guinness World Book of Records, or until you've earned 1 million, or until you've done this, you're just, you're average, you're normal, you're nobody. I think that's bullshit. And I think that you get to think about, how would your life change if you started treating yourself like the gift that you are? How would it change the way that you show up? How would it change your interactions? How would it change your sense of belonging? How would it change your sense of self-worth? And of course, the nuance to everything that I'm saying is that I'm not inviting you to go and walk around with the world's biggest ego, like, but it's understanding that when you bring true presence to any environment, to any person, that presence gets to be a real gift that creates a ripple effect where that energy gets to be transmuted and transferred on and on and on and on and on. And when you combine your presence with your unique gifts, and for some of you, your unique gift may be in the way that you listen and are able to hear and translate and then hold the information that somebody shares with you, and then reflect and mirror that back. And you're literally not doing anything other than listening. And the reason why even that gets to be unique, is the way that you translate, the way that you hold the space for somebody, the way that you mirror, the way that you understand. You are going to do that through your own unique lens, your own unique experience. And so whilst there might be 15 great listeners in a row, only you can bring your presence, the way that you observe, the way that you observe, the way that you care about hearing and understanding. That can only be done by you. And then there's your actual, the things that you have experience in, the wisdom that you have gained. And I've really, really felt that today and yesterday. And I think that it is really important. The other thing I was thinking about, still in the same vein, but God, thanks to the version of myself that signed up for this mastermind last year, I wouldn't have done that if I didn't feel worthy of it. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't feel deserving of it. And of course, it's a privilege to have created a business that supports me and allows me to invest in myself. I don't take that for granted, and I understand that not everybody can invest at the level that I invest in to be in spaces like this. And what is also true is that I did not have the income to invest in being in spaces like this in the beginning. So I invested at lower levels. I invested in courses. I invested £1,000. I invested £97. And what I did, because the business was worth it, what I did because I knew that I wanted to increase my value, I didn't just invest and then leave these things on the side, but I invested and then I implemented and I learned. And as I learned more and gained more wisdom from all of the failures, and then picking myself up and redoing and just tweaking and refining and mastering, I, as an individual, I was going to say became more valuable. My wisdom that I had to share became more valuable. I, as an individual, am priceless. But what I had to share intellectually, what I had to share from an embodied place of wisdom, because I had lived it, I had done it, I'd gone through it and I'd overcome it, that became super valuable. And I continue to build on that because of the decisions I make based on the fact that I know that I am worth it. And I enhance those decisions. I enhance that when I walk into a place knowing that my presence is valuable. I think often you might make a move and then imposter syndrome kicks in. I shouldn't be here kicks in. I don't belong here kicks in. And that prevents you from being your most valuable, precious self in the moment. Doing this challenge and making time, making space. Yesterday I went out for a walk in the rain for 45 minutes. I got back to the mastermind. I was drenched. I was absolutely disgusting. Well, I had to do it. I had to do my 45 minutes when I got back to my hotel. I had to do it because I'm worth it, because I deserve it, because I'm a gift. And who I become in the process gets to be extraordinary. Why? Because I claim it. Because I've decided that's what it means. It doesn't really mean that, but that's a very helpful thought for me. And again, not from an ego place, but from I can do hard things. I have the discipline to follow through. I'm worth that discipline. It is worth me becoming a disciple of 75 Hard in order to become the person that I want to be, in order to gather the knowledge that I want to gather. Like, I've become a creator. I don't have so much time to consume anymore. I've become a creator. And again, that makes me, my wisdom and what I can deliver to the world, more valuable. So, my question for you is, what would you be doing differently right now if you truly knew that you were a gift and showed up in the world like that? How would it transform your relationships? How would it transform the way that you show up in business? How would it transform the way that you show up with clients? How would it transform the way that you network? That's my question for you. Type into the comments what comes up when I ask you this. And I will see you tomorrow. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, do me a favour, please do. And in the meantime, remember, when I ask you a question or I ask you to take action on something, when you do that, you add value to yourself, like you're worthy of following through on yourself. So please remember that faith plus action, underlined in red 3 times, equals miracles. I love you. You're amazing. See you tomorrow.